What's going on, everybody, and welcome to Terrell Speaks. I'm your host, Timothy Wilkes, and this is a show where I do commentary on current events as well as other interesting topics. Be sure to follow me on my social media platforms, Timothy T. Wilkes on Facebook, Terrell Speaks on YouTube, and Terrell Guided Me Wilkes on Instagram. And also to show your support, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, engage, and last but not least, enjoy the show.
Window.
Alright, now we can get this party started. I got two topics coming. One is where a pregnant woman was fatally shot and killed by an angry ex, an angry idiot, whatever you want to call him. Another case where a mom, another insane piece of trash, killed her son over a SD card. She's obviously in need of a beating. No, therapy, my bad. Therapy. Whichever one comes first, who cares? Because as far as I'm concerned, yeah, whatever they do to her, that's what she gets. That's what she deserves. I don't care. Because she's crazy piece of trash, in my opinion. I talk this way about people like this. Y'all know how I am. But like I said, on my T-Dub show, this is going to be the last show in this format. From now on, it's going to be live streams on my YouTube channel. Same thing with the T-Dub show. It's going to be live streams on my YouTube channel. Every topic I come up with, it's going to be the live stream. Or if it's not big enough to be a live stream, if I don't have enough to say about it, it'll be a video. So I'm going that route from now on because it'll be easier, it'll be better, because my work schedule and everything is changing. So I'm changing up things. You know how businesses and industries go. You steady make changes as you go. You start out one way, you might end up a whole another way, and that's where it's going. It's evolving, and I'm going to be strictly focused on YouTube, live streaming on YouTube, because I want to grow the YouTube channels, the T-Dubs and Terrell Speaks YouTube channels. You know what I'm saying? I want to take the podcast strictly to YouTube. I'm going to share the links on other platforms like Facebook and things like that, because I still got the pages up on there. I'll share the links there, but my main focus is going to be YouTube. So you'd have to support the channel in order to catch my content, get my drift. But there's two stories I'm going into. These crazy people, crazy folks. One is, like I said, the first I'm going to do about the mother that killed her son over an SD card. Idiot. Yeah, I hope she gets whatever the court says. They need to give it to her. I mean, people like that need to be thrown away. And then this just shows that gun violence is terrible. That people shouldn't have guns. That supports my theory. Supports my whole mindset about guns. That we don't need to have guns because we don't know what to do with guns. We don't know how to act when we have guns. My people in general, we don't know what to do with guns. We are terrible. So anyway, let's go into the first one. Shocking new details about Chicago mom who allegedly killed her 12-year-old son over missing SD card. Okay, let's see. Prosecutors said that on Saturday morning, Fallon Harris, 37, confronted her son, Caden Ingram, 12, about the location of SD cards she had removed from her car on a Friday night. Video from inside her home in South Chicago neighborhood allegedly shows Harris threatening him with a gun. When he could not give her the card, she shot him once. He was left unconscious and crying. Let's stop there. So she knew there were cameras in the house. She knew there were cameras around. Yet she threatened her son with a gun. What mother would be this far off the deep end where you would threaten your child with a gun over an SD card? Now there's something seriously wrong. Child Protective Services, something should have stepped in by now. And this is my opinion on Chicago. They need stricter rules. They need stricter everything, because all what they're doing now ain't working. What they're doing now is not working. There's no. If mothers and fathers acting like this in lies the problem with our community. We have parents that act like this. Our parents act the fool. We wonder why the kids are lost. We wonder why this generation is so terrible. Look at how parents are doing. Look how mothers are doing. Look how these grown men are doing when it comes to their children. When it comes to other people, they're going around shooting innocent people. You got grown folks going around shooting kids. You got teenagers and stuff going around committing acts of violence. In Chicago, it's just every story. A lot of these stories are from Chicago, from these major city places. Had a couple of things from Gulfport, from the Gulf Coast, but a lot of this stuff. I had another story from Chicago too, where a bunch more shootings took place. Gun violence all over the place. She was concealed carry. That's why I said we have to continue. I think people with guns should continuously have to get reevaluated. For some reason, she lost her marbles. Somewhere along the line, she lost her mind. Something seriously wrong with her. Okay. She then went to answer the phone and walked back to her son, asked for the card again. And when he said he didn't know where it was, she shot him again. Prosecutors said this shooting is caught on video. Caden collapsed on the kitchen floor and died a short time after. Stop again. This ignorant, self-centered, murdering, psychopathic piece of trash killed her son over an SD card. I just want people to understand this. And this is what's going on. This is the kind of parents these kids have to grow up with. This is the kind of stuff kids have to deal with. This kind of stuff parents all over. It's not just Chicago. This kind of stuff this is somebody's mom. This is who's raising these kids. You want to know what's wrong with this generation? This junk. That's what's raising these kids. You have these single mothers. Where's the father? You have these single mothers. That's who's raising these kids. I'm not blaming all single mothers, but you have some that are cuckoo, that don't even qualify. You have two people that come together that make children. They don't even qualify to be parents. This woman's obviously something's wrong with her mentally. She doesn't need to even be on the streets, let alone have a child in her custody. Okay? She shouldn't even be licensed to carry anything. She shouldn't even have a spoon, let alone a gun. She had a revolver. She shouldn't even have a spoon. She shouldn't even have a cup of water. This sadistic trash like this shouldn't even be on the streets. Cause I have a lot of things against this kind of stuff, especially when it comes to harming children, ruining kids' lives. A 12-year-old boy killed him over a freaking SD card. What a terrible disgrace of a human being. That's just terrible. That's the worst. This idiot, psychopath, Joker-based mentality, piece of trash of a woman. Okay? She killed her son over some stupid junk. Something seriously. I'm not even ruling out mental illness in this kind of stuff. There's no excuse. If you have mental illness, give your son to somebody else. Somebody should have caught this. Somebody should have seen signs. Mental illness just doesn't happen. There's signs. There's a decline. Something should have been done before all this crap. She's a pathetic waste of space. She don't need to be on the street. She needs to spend the rest of her life in prison. She needs the electric chair. As far as I'm concerned, God help me, she needs the electric chair. That's why I think certain people don't deserve a fair trial. People like this, people that rape kids, they don't deserve a fair trial. If you're found guilty, if they can prove that you did it, because you got some people that you got sometimes where they false incriminate people that have done it. I've seen stories, heard stories of that. But if it's proven that you've done it, you don't even deserve a fair trial. If you killed a child and officers see it and people see it, you should be executed on sight. I don't care what people say. You might get mad at me, you might not like it, but we talking about the scum of the earth here. We're talking about people that kill, that rape kids, that kill kids, that do all kind of unspeakable acts like that. And we can bring that up all we want. There's no sin better than the next. Tell that to somebody, child that got shot. Tell that to somebody, nephew or daughter. Let somebody kill your child and say ain't no sin better than the next. We know that. We know that to be fact. But how would you feel if it happened to you? How would you feel if it happened to your child? How would you feel if it happened to your husband, your wife? That guy that his wife got raped in Gulfport. How does he feel about that? Well, ain't no sin better than next. You got to forgive, and God said, we know what God said. We know all this. We know it. We know it in our minds. It's engraved in our spirit. But guess what? What's your first thought off impulse when someone does harm to your child, you're a family member? What's your first thought? It's not John 3:16. I can tell you that much. Okay? It's not going to be scripture. She allegedly told police that she had killed her son and showed them the silver revolver she had used to do it. She's just a piece of trash. Family members told police that she had been acting paranoid and complaining that people were out to get her. She has a concealed carry license. Family members noticed. I want y'all to think. That's why I pause. I say things. Family members have already noticed this stuff. What did I say earlier? Mental illness, stuff like this don't happen overnight. It don't happen instantaneous. They already noticed. They noticed a slight decline, but they did nothing. They did nothing to prevent it. They did nothing to stop it. They knew steadily every day she was becoming more and more unfit as a mother. Why didn't anyone step in to help? And I'm going to tell you a bigger question. Here's another question. We always holler and talk about Black Lives Matter. Why do we say that and then turn around and not care about black lives? I want y'all to think about that question. I'm not saying this because I'm quote unquote cooning or whatever. I want people to think. Why do we not care about blacks killing other blacks? We know that, people kill their own and people are going to kill who's familiar to them. We already know all this garbage. We know that already. But why don't we try as a whole to prevent black people from getting killed, to prevent things like that? Why don't we try to help our education system? Why don't we try to help things? Why don't we try to push things forward in our communities to give other opportunities to our people? Why do we turn against each other when we see one person doing slightly better than the other? Why are we so against other black people and then we cry Black Lives Matter when someone from the outside kills one of us? Why do we do that? Why are we so backwards? I want us to think. I love my people. I love black people. Yes, I love them to the ends of the earth. But that's why I'm doing this. That's why I do this. Okay? I want us to start thinking. I want us to start being responsible. Because if we're not responsible, we're just gonna... That's the end of the article. Anyway, that's the end of the article. I want us to start being responsible. Because if we're not responsible, who's gonna be? We treat each other like garbage. And we expect other people to treat us great. We expect other people, other races, other nationalities to hold us to high honor, to do all this other stuff. But look how we do each other. Look how we treat each other. Family members, they knew that the child was in danger. They knew the child was in danger. No one stepped in to help. No one even thought. No one even thought to call Child Protective Services. No one even thought to take on, hey, look, I know you're unfit. You need to go get some help, and I'll resume custody of the son. You know what I'm saying? While you're getting help. No one did this. People, we're not proactive as people. Black people, I'm gonna tell y'all something. This might sting a little bit. You know, that movie where Martin Lawrence was a jewel thief, and he had friends that was in that business. Every time he was posing as a cop, this gonna hurt a little bit. This might hurt a little bit. When it comes to being proactive, we suck. We're terrible. We don't think until something happens. We wait till things happen, and before we start thinking, and before we start looking at stuff. We haven't been taught how to think on the intellect, on this kind of level. We haven't been taught how to process certain information. You don't have to like me for saying it, but it's the truth. The truth is the truth, no matter if you like it or not. The truth don't care how you feel. The truth don't care how we feel. They don't care how I feel. I had to face the truth a lot of times in situations. I didn't like it, but guess what? It was still the truth. The truth is still there. I still had to embrace it. The best way to deal with the truth is to turn it into a lie. Only way to turn it into a lie is to make a change. Hey, somebody tell you behind, which is the truth. You make changes to get ahead. Now that statement is a lie, because you're no longer behind. We're not proactive. We wait until something happens, and then we want to cry and complain about it. I know why we're in the position we're in. I know why everything is the way it is. I'm not saying this out of hate. I'm saying it so we can think and try to make better decisions, try to do better. The family already knew this woman was going off the deep end, and no one stepped in to help. No one even cared. No one cared. Okay? They wait to tell reporters. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the next story. Harlem mom fatally shot after her baby shower trying to break up fight between her ex and boyfriend. Another crazy, deranged, idiotic, psychopathic moron. A pregnant Harlem woman was fatally shot in the head after her baby shower early Sunday, trying to break up a fight between her ex-boyfriend and current lover, police and heartbroken relatives said. Just idiotic stuff, man. Just terrible human beings. You shot a woman. You shot a woman that was pregnant. You didn't want to move on with your life. You had that much of a problem. You didn't want to move. This woman was finna have her baby. She was 2 seconds away from having her baby. She was gonna have it. I think I read on to the article. It tells you how far along she was. She was, I think, like 2 weeks away from having a baby, or a week away. She was right at the 9 months. She was right at that point from having a baby. This man just gonna pull up, and that's why I do this. You're gonna shoot a person that's finna have you ain't thinking about the child's life. They don't care about that. They don't have no remorse. They ain't got no conscience. That's why these people don't. That's why I tell you they don't deserve a fair trial. I tell you they don't deserve none of that crap that the justice system. They don't deserve anything fair. They need to find him and shoot him in the head. Oh, he deserves a fair trial. You have to be. No, he killed a woman and her child, her unborn child. Both of them are freaking dead, man. This is garbage. The woman and the child is dead. The child didn't even have a chance at life. We killing kids, man. This is stupid here. This is stupid. Goodness gracious, we what's wrong with us? And then first thing we want to holler is Black Lives Matter. That's the first thing we want to holler. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy. The two men ended up back on. Let me see something. Let me go back here. The gunman came in chasing the boyfriend, said Jose Morales, 46, the supper of her building. The supper of her building. Okay, well, they ran through here and out the other side, and they ran downstairs. The two men ended up back on the street where Young intervened, trying to make peace between the two men, according to police. Her angry ex pumped a bullet into her head, police said. Like I said, her two daughters, ages 15 and 6, watched in horror from the car as EMS rushed Young to the Harlem hospital where she died. So she killed. It's another case where the child was killed basically in front of the woman. I said, my bad, I'm tripping, I'm so enraged. This unyielding rage. Boy, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do with our people? The mother, she had one on the way. She had 2 kids already. This dude's a psychopath, man. They don't care about nothing. They don't value no life. They don't value nobody. I don't understand. I just don't understand it. How could you be that much of a psychopath where you will kill an unborn child, an innocent woman, in front of her 2 children? Now, they ain't got no mother. Then the dude, now he done lost his child and the woman. This is just, I don't understand it, man. I don't get it. You can't make this kind of stuff up. I helped her put her gifts in the car, and I said, I'll see you tomorrow. Her shocked father, Thurman Young, 57, told the Daily News. She was going to have her baby in 5 days, she said. This baby is coming in 5 days, Daddy. Get ready. I said, I'll be ready. That's the last thing she said to me. Young was carrying presents from the shower into her apartment building on West 128th Street near Frederick Douglass Boulevard when her ex showed up and confronted her boyfriend about 1:15 a.m., police and witnesses said. The gunman came in chasing the boyfriend, said Jose Morales, 46, a supper of the building. They ran through here and out of the other side, and they ran downstairs. That's the 2 men. Like I said, it's just it's horrific. The shooter ran off and has not been caught. The news is not naming him because he has not been officially identified as a suspect by police. I just can't sleep. I guess I'm in shock, the victim's father said Sunday afternoon. The whole Harlem is mourning right now. I bet, man. He and his daughter had just shared one of their happiest evenings ever together. It was a beautiful night, he said, of the joy-filled baby shower. Me and my daughter danced, father-daughter danced, and I cut the cake. It was packed. We had music and a lot of food and a lot of drinks. See, and all of a sudden he just shows up. This idiot just shows up and decides he wants to do some damage or whatever. I don't understand it. Young moved into the building where she was killed about 3 years ago to take care of her sick mother. Her mother went on to die of ovarian cancer about a year ago, and Young had been raising her two younger siblings along with her own two daughters since then, friends said. Meanwhile, Young's relationship with her ex dissolved, and he apparently was a sore loser and couldn't move on because something was wrong with his freaking brain. And he was so idiotic and moronic and psychopathic that he couldn't just move on with his life. So instead, he had to end her life and the unborn child's life because he doesn't care about kids. He doesn't care about any of that crap. The only thing he cares about is, yeah. He's just that much of an idiot. Just that much of a crazed, deranged loser. I've seen him a few times, her father said to the ex. He came over to the house. He was respectful. She put him out because he was cheating on her, he added. Then he does this because she had another boyfriend. All you had to do is move on, loser. You didn't have to end her life. You didn't have to end the unborn child's life. You're hurting families and you're just, you know what. Young had 3 orders of protection against her ex since their split, according to her dad. She should have had a gun also. That's one thing that was missing, a gun. She should have had a gun. She should have been licensed to carry. Because, yeah, he needs to be shot in the head. Shanice was scared to death of him, he said. Somebody should have shot him. Somebody should have shot this guy. I mean, why? These people like this, you can't reason with them. You can't. All this protection order, this restraining order. Some people just need to be shot. If they won't take no for an answer, just shoot them. If they keep trying to threaten your life, and he didn't care anything about killing her. He knew she was pregnant. He didn't care nothing about that. He don't care nothing about that stuff. He probably would have shot the kids too if he can get away with it. That's how these deranged and crazy these people are. They don't care who they killed and who they hurt. Friends and neighbors remembered Young and someone always eager to help others. Friends and neighbors remembered Young as someone who's always eager to help others. Shanice would give you anything, her father said. She was very generous. She was there any time of the day, said a friend of the victim who spoke anonymously out of fear of the shooter. If you needed a plate of food or a bottle of water, she was there. If you needed a coat or a sweater, she was there. If you need a bullet to go through somebody's head, somebody should have been there. Somebody should have put a bullet through his head before he shot that girl and that unborn child. What would have been a pure delight to me was to hear that he drew his gun to shoot her in the head, and somebody came out of nowhere with a sniper rifle and just ended him right there before it had the chance to even take off. That way she'd be safe, the unborn child would be safe. It sounds harsh, but the child would still be alive. Results, people. That's all I care about is results. I don't care how it happens. Somebody should have shot him. Simple as that. She was just a beautiful person. The building super said, "It's so sad. I wish it would have never happened. I wish, you know what I wish would have happened? I already said it. You know what I wish would have happened? Yeah. I wish something would have happened to him before he had a chance to harm those people. Now those 2 kids have to go without a mother. The unborn child is dead. She couldn't even deliver it. She was 5 days from delivering the child. 5 days from delivering a child, and she's gone. Okay, I want people to think about that. I want us to soak this kind of stuff in. This is horrific. Horrific. This is why I'm so hard up on this kind of stuff. This is where I belong. Tearing people like this to shreds, and it feels good to be back. I had a light stream before. This one it's my element. I like tearing people to shreds that deserve it. But this idiot here, this idiot was so stupid. She'd moved on with her life, got another boyfriend, had another baby. She's starting a family with somebody else. He couldn't take it. He was that much of a punk, but he couldn't take it. This is right here. It's what we call niggotry. This is niggotry. This is straight up niggotry. Straight up 100% grade A niggotry. Ladies, y'all gotta be careful. Y'all gotta be careful, man. Who y'all be letting in y'all life. Y'all gotta be careful. This dude was a complete and utter psychopath. He deserved to be shot. Y'all gotta be careful who y'all fool with. This man wasn't letting up. He was so angry. You got this stuff happens all the time. These dudes be so angry they can't let go so much to the point they want to take somebody's life. They want to end somebody's existence. I can't be with you. Nobody can. Them people don't even need to be on the street. They don't even forget all that stuff, man. Baby didn't have a chance at life. Baby didn't have a chance to live. It's just stupid. We gotta get it together. It just reminds me of how these dudes going around. It's like the guy that killed his baby mama and stuff. It's stories like this all over. They're killing the mother's child, killing the kids. They don't care. These folks don't care. Y'all gotta watch who y'all have y'all kids with. Y'all gotta watch who y'all let in y'all houses. Y'all not watching that. Y'all just dating whoever y'all want. You can't do that. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful even with dudes. Y'all gotta be careful who y'all have kids by. This mother killed her son over a freaking SD card. We ain't hear nothing about the father in the video, in the article at all. We gotta be careful. We don't even consider kids. We don't consider younger life. We do what we want and don't consider younger life. We too selfish. We selfish. We don't think about ourselves. We don't think about children. We don't think about how the things we do affect our kids. We don't think about the possible environments our kids could possibly be in. If we know this woman is a crazed, deranged psychopath, I shouldn't have a baby with this idiot. But instead, we go ahead and do what we do, knowing that she's nowhere near fit for a mother. Women do the same thing with the guys. He's a crazed, deranged psychopath. They can play the role. Yes, some of them can play the role to be stable or whatever. But a lot of them is not stable. A lot of these folks, something's wrong with them. Something wrong with us. What's wrong with us? We can't. That's why. Yeah, do I like the idea of Black Lives Matter? Yeah, I like the idea of it. But when you have all those shootings in Chicago, the 4th of July weekend, what happened on Juneteenth, all this kind of stuff that's go on, the stuff that we do to hurt each other, to harm each other, it's not only even that, we can't even get along when it comes to relationships. We don't seem to care about each other. So why are we crying Black Lives Matter if we don't care about each other in general as people? It's like we act like we don't care about each other. We act like we hate each other. So why are we hollering Black Lives Matter when we going around shooting each other? When we going around shooting each other in the head? We killing unborn. We killing children. We shooting up crowds of people. We go into a crowd of people. We just decide we want to unload. It seems like a good day to just kill a bunch of folks. What's wrong with us? It's just craziness. All of it just crazy and insane and stupid. We act like we ain't got no sense. Like I said, I don't care who get mad. It's just what it is. This is what it is. This is how we acting. It ain't nothing. I ain't making it up. I'm reading this stuff. I'm getting it from sources. It's articles. This stuff that's been going on. Every week is something different. Somebody shooting their child. Somebody killing a bunch of people. We can't get mad at Caucasians no more. We can't talk about them shooting up churches and schools and stuff. We in Chicago, we go in there and unload on crowds of people. It's be people standing out there. Somebody just drive by there and unload on them. It be people in basements and stuff, at parties. Somebody come in there and shoot up the whole party, shoot up the whole club for no reason. We the same. Let's stop comparing them. Let's stop trying to compare them. Let's stop saying that they worse than us. Let's stop it, cause they not. They not worse than us. Okay? We do the same crap. We ain't no better than nobody. We act like our boo-boo don't stink. Smell just as bad as anybody else's. Okay? We talk about them. Oh well, John is shooting up schools. Johnny's shooting up schools. We shooting up crowds of people. We shooting up clubs. Somebody want to start a business in the black neighborhood. What do? We shoot them. What did we do to Nipsey Hussle? What did we do to a lot of these people that try to start businesses? It was another woman trying to start a beauty shop in her neighborhood. They shot her and killed her. Anytime you want to do something in your neighborhood, what happens? They try to stop you. So let's stop pretending that we better than everybody else. That's the problem. We think we better than folks. We ain't better than nobody. Let's just stop it. Let's just stop the cap. We bull crapping, man. I don't care who get mad. I don't care who don't like it. But the truth is the truth. It's what it is. We killing our kids too. We raping our kids too. We molesting our kids too. We got problems too. We need therapy too. We psychopaths too. We abusing and killing our women too. So let's stop. Let's stop the cap. I see stories like this all the time. I just don't cover them all. Ain't enough time to cover them all. It was a woman that killed somebody else's kids, was driving around in a trunk for a year. Kids been dead for a year. Nobody cares about the kids. Don't nobody care about the kids. But we want to cry Black Lives Matter when something happened. When a white cop kills a black man, it's Black Lives Matter. But what do we do? What about the children? We shot at Black Lives Matter when a black guy reached into a cop's car, tried to get the shotgun and shoot the cop. We want to do no justice, no peace for him. But when black people go around killing kids, when niggas, I say that. When they go around killing kids, ain't no uproar. All them kids got shot in Chicago. All these kids getting shooting around here. All these women getting raped and molested. Ain't nobody saying nothing about it. But soon as a criminal gets shot by a cop, Black Lives Matter. Shut up. About what? What you gonna do about it? I want people to think. We don't care about our children. We don't even care about our own kids, but we want to holler Black Lives Matter. We don't even care what kind of education they get. We set them up for failure. We don't do nothing to make sure that they have an easier life than us. But we want to holler Black Lives Matter. I told you I was gonna talk about why I didn't support it in the podcast. Do I believe in that statement? Yeah, I do believe that our lives matter. Yes, I do believe it. But as far as all of that stuff, as far as when it comes to improving education, we don't see them. When it comes to stuff like this, we don't see them. When it comes to gang violence, gun violence, and all the other crap that's going on, we don't see them. We don't even see them. We don't see that stuff. I don't care who don't like it. I don't care who don't like this. Think I care? I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to do a job. We want to holler all this. But what? That's if we care about, we really care about our lives. Let's protect the children. Let's have stuff in place to where the kids are protected, where the kids have a better education. Let's make sure the kids are set when they grow up, when they become adults. Let's make sure that instead of blaming Lil Nas X, for being a bad influence, let's be better influences as parents. We blaming him. Oh, what about our children? You the parent, idiot. You the parent. They supposed to follow you. They supposed to follow you. You sitting up here, what about him and what about this? He's in a dress. They've been wearing dresses since 1960. Shut up. Dennis Rodman was in a dress. We didn't say nothing about that. What about Prince? What about Michael Jackson? What about Little Richard? They was going around whoo and all that other stuff. We ain't say nothing about it. Arnold Schwarzenegger was pregnant. Major Payne. Boys was wearing dresses. It was entertainment. We knew it was entertainment. But now all of a sudden, these folks come out and doing it. Oh, it's a problem now. Oh, he's a bad influence. You must be a bad influence because you ain't got enough sense to tell them the difference between entertainment and reality. Our boys grow up and can barely read. Can't read on a 4th grade level. And we wonder what the problem is. We the problem. We gotta understand that we the problem. After a while, we have to start realizing that something's wrong with us. We have to look inside ourselves and see it. Until we realize that we the problem, ain't gonna never be no change. Yeah, it was a lot of stuff happened that tricked us and the brainwash. Yeah, it's a system in place. Yeah, but what are we gonna do about it? We know that we can't keep complaining about it for year after year, decade after decade. We can't sit around and keep complaining about the same thing. We got to figure out a way to come together and get around that crap. If we know it's a problem, why are we sitting here crying about it? Let's figure out how to fix it. That's all I'm saying. It's crazy. We want to blame celebrities for being a bad influence. They've always been a bad influence, doggone it. They've always been weird. They've always been crazy. What about Britney Spears? What about Lady Gaga? What are all these folks? Oh, they a bad influence. When have they been a good influence? He's gonna teach my son to be gay. If looking at Lil Nas turns your son gay, he was already suspect from jump. I don't care what you say about me. He was already suspect. If him seeing a man in a dress makes him want to do it, it was something already inside that boy. It's your job to show him. How am I going to explain to my son? The best way you can. That's how, doggone it. That's how you're going to explain it to him the best way you can. He's entertainment. I'm teaching you the right way. You're going to do it my way. This is my house. You're not going to do that in my house. Simple as that. While you in my house, I'm gonna raise you to be a boy. That's it. It's entertainment. That's it. That's entertainment. He's up there for entertainment. That's not reality. What's so hard about this crap? It's not hard. We act like it's rocket science. It's just basic crap. It's basic stuff. All this stuff is basic. You got parents just doing this. This happens. If it didn't happen so much, it wouldn't get me worked up like that. We killing our own kids, setting our own kids up for failure. They ain't teaching them nothing. They grow up, don't know nothing. We treat our kids like this. Then we wonder what happened. What happened to this generation? You ain't taught them nothing. That's why. That's what happened to them. They don't know nothing because you ain't taught them nothing. Train up a child. No training has taken place. They just grow up. And we killing them. What kind of person gunned down their own son? What kind of person would do that to their own child? What's wrong? Something got to be wrong with you. What kind of person would kill a woman and an unborn child? This kind of stuff we dealing with. We want to blame the white man. We want to blame racism. We want to blame Donald Trump for this mess. It's not him, okay? We can't blame that stuff on him. We can't blame Chicago on him. Eventually we're going to have to start taking accountability for what we do. Eventually we're going to have to come to that point where we're going to have to hold ourselves accountable. We're going to be accountable for stuff. We're going to have to stop blaming other things. We always want to blame somebody else. We always want to blame stuff on other people's. We want to blame Lil Nas X for our bad parenting. He's not setting a good example. Then you must not be either, idiot. You ain't setting one either. If it's all up to him, a 22-year-old troll. He didn't have your child. You did. What am I going to tell my son? Good God, what kind of this stuff is an uproar. We've seen way worse than this kind of stuff. We've seen a lot worse than this. You live your life. We raise our kids. We train them the way they should go. All this other stuff is entertainment. That's how we tell them. That's not reality. That's not how you live. All this stuff is terrible. Good God, for the love of Christ. We don't even know basic stuff. We don't know basic stuff. And we wonder why we behind. We wonder why we're in last place. Because we don't know the basics. It just baffles me. Two situations. Innocent kids died. Innocent people got shot. Okay? Innocent people shot in the head. This woman shot her son. This idiot that couldn't move on from this girl, that she done moved on and started a new life. Like I said in my Teed Up show, you're not owed another chance to keep screwing over people. She didn't owe him another shot. Especially if he was deranged and crazy. He didn't want to give up. That's I ain't got nothing else to say on this. Cause I'm just I really don't like these two stories. Terrible people, terrible human beings, horrible human beings. We can't keep doing this. I'm afraid for our children. I'm scared. If parents acting like this, mothers and fathers are doing this, I'm afraid for our children. I'm horrified of the future of our kids. If parents are doing this crap, we lost. We don't have a clue. We don't know anything. As a whole, we lost. Well, that sums it up. It was some more shootings that I ain't even go over. I hadn't even read the article yet. I don't even want to read it yet. I might do it in the next podcast. I don't know. Want me to, let me know. I do it. It's gonna be a live stream. Like I said, I'm doing stuff live streaming on YouTube from now on. Because I'm trying to build those channels up. Mainly, that's just, at least I'm being honest about it. I want to build those channels up. I want to get them to a certain point where I can have likes, the comments, the engagement. I want to build the engagement up on those channels so they can grow. The T-Dubs, Terrell Speaks channel. You know, because I get more engagement on Facebook, but the YouTube channels are dead. So I want to build those channels up. So that's where you're going to see me at. I'm going to share those links on Facebook. But I would like for y'all to support the YouTube channel. But anyway, that's all I had to say on that. I'm done with my rant for the day. Like I said, be sure to tune in to the next broadcast, because the next is gonna be a live stream. I'm gonna take some time off. Might be a week or 2 weeks. I don't know. I'll let y'all know when I do the next topic. But it's gonna be a live stream. Peace out. Y'all take care. I'm out.